I swear, whoever designed South Australia's roads got paid on the corner. Every 50 to 100 metres there's been a corner since we've been here, not just in the hills. There's just corners everywhere. So I'm on tender hooks, holding onto the steering wheel, going around these bends, slowing down. It's unlike anything I've ever seen before, at least noticed before driving a normal vehicle.
Here's another one.
And another one.
So we're just entering the highway here to head into Adelaide. A little bit of a treat after we've had a couple of weeks of lots of corners and back street driving and country driving, which is great. A little bit of fun, but a bit stressful at times in the van. So we can head easily into Adelaide now. Woohoo! After an awesome time up in the Adelaide Hills, it was time to meander down to our first city for our lap of Australia. We were heading down to Adelaide.
Radelaide. Radelaide. It was a stark contrast to the hills. As we were going down the hills, we looked back and you could see the big hills and then the Adelaide Plains right ahead of us. The window, look. See the Adelaide city? Look out the window.
And Dad, look on the other side.
Adelaide Hills.
Dad, then look on the other side.
Yeah, the other side's Adelaide Hills. Wow.
You can see the hills behind.
Then on the other side, it's just plain.
What's
Just
over
the
there?
plains, yeah, nice and flat. We couldn't wait to get out and explore the city.
I love to explore cities, and this was a great one to walk around. When we arrived, it happened to be Australia Day, and there were fireworks and a family event planned for that evening. So we went and enjoyed the festivities that Adelaide put on
Couldn't
for
have
us.
timed it better. Moving into the city, and we've parked at the new Adelaide Oval, so we're using this as our base to get around the city, and we can just walk over the Rundle Mall and start checking out things in and around Adelaide. Whenever we go to a new destination, we always hit up the information centre to find out as much as we can about the local area and things that we should see. The Rundle Mall actually housed the information centre, so we're able to do a spot of shopping and find out what we should do during our stay in Adelaide City.
This is all convention centre. This is casino above the suburban railway.
I don't see these two pigs.
Yeah, there's one pig.
And two pigs.
Ah, good spotting. So we're in the Rundle Mall, we're just walking along, doing a bit of shopping. We've been to the info centre and there's a bunch of different buskers doing different things around. So quite a bit happening today on a Saturday. It's also Australia Day, so pretty cool.
We grabbed some lunch and then had plans to get out of the heat and inside for a good family-friendly activity.
So we've grabbed some lunch along the River Torrens and now we're going into the museum. See what we can see. Kids love a good museum and it's free entertainment whilst we wait for the parade and all the activities this afternoon for Australia Day.
That is a big turtle. So these are all from Africa, all of these animals. Some Aboriginal food sources. A few interesting ones here.
We're tracking giant squid. The boys have been desperate to catch a giant squid and we found one at the museum. Although I don't think we can catch this one, it might have already been caught. The boys are right into their fishing now, and ever since Rapid Bay, when we caught our first few squid, they had been absolutely nagging to go to a BCF. Alex had been hugging a BCF catalogue since we left home, really, flicking through. He knew the lures he wanted, so as soon as we got into the city, we had to get going, off shopping for some fishing gear.
I have been waiting to go to BCF for over a month.
What are you after?
A fishing rod.
Anything else we're going to get?
A net.
A net as well. The boys have been hanging out for this. We're finally getting to go into a store to buy some gear after using hand reels for the past month of our trip. So we're excited. The boys so far want one of each of these. You want one of each, boys? We're going a bit crazy. We've got the rods, we've got snorkeling gear and a lot of tackle. So we should be set now for fishing and snorkeling for the rest of our trip of Australia. We blew the budget out, even with the boys' pocket money contributions. but hey, we're set
They
now.
have a lot of meals to catch to make it up.
We've got 72 more meals to catch
pay back.
before we've paid back the fishing gear.
The major river running through Adelaide is the River Torrens.
Boys were keen to fish it.
Alex was keen to get his rod out there, but we had some different plans and a different type of water activity to go and check out.
So we're going down to the waterfront and we're going to go on some pedal boats. Some of us are taking the steps, others are not. Go on the pedal boats with the swans. Looks like a good place to be.
Go back, Gazelle. The swans over there. You want to steer? Tell me when we should go forwards. Here we are now on the pedal boats. We're doing pretty good so far. Nice and easy pedaling. Not too much of a workout. Not too down into there yet. Still getting in. There's beautiful Adelaide there. Beside us. Here we go. Let's go to the second bridge.
Alright, we're out in the pedal boats. Pretty cool way to get out on the River Torrens. The paddle boats were a lot of fun, and being on the River Torrens, it was actually right in front of Elder Park where all the concert, the parade...
Everything was really compact in Adelaide.
Right in that spot. So we hopped out and headed up to grab a spot for the parade.
Beautiful cars these. And now on your screen, just coming into the screen, there's Aussie flags all over these MGs. Into your screen now, let's make them very welcome here. The Metropolitan Fire Service, a massive round of applause for the MFS, proudly serving the people of South Australia for over 150 years.
The parade went for about an hour. There was a big celebration of cultural diversity throughout the parade, and it was really fascinating to watch.
So many cultures in and around Adelaide were all part of it. It was great.
We then headed down to grab a spot ready for the big concert that night.
We're all set up here for the Australia Day concert. So they're putting on a free concert here in Adelaide just as the sun's going down, so we should be able to see some good music. The Veronicas are playing, and there's going to be an entire parade going past us as well. Of course, this is the lead into the big show. As the sun set down over the River Torrens, we're in for a real treat with the boys' first rock and roll concert.
Who's ready to see the Veronicas? Let's hear it. I feel so untouched and I want you so much that it's not enough to say that I miss you. I feel so untouched right now. Need you so much somehow. I can't forget you. No presence at the moment I get you everywhere is good enough. Me up. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for having us. We love you so much.
Are you ready, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? Make it so loud that everyone right across the city can hear us. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! 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 Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! We're away!
The concert and the fireworks were amazing. So thank you, Adelaide, for putting on such a great show for us.
It was spectacular, nothing short of it. And after a big night that night in and around the city, the next day we were keen for some more. So we headed in to see the library, some museums, and also check out the most well-known church in the city of churches, St. Peter's Cathedral.
So we've just come to St. Peter's Church in Adelaide for a look through. Adelaide is known as the city of churches. And this one is a fairly big, very impressive and very well-known church. So we're going to go go inside and admire it. Upon entering the cathedral, a guide came up to welcome us.
I thought we'd actually stumbled into a tour by accident because she said, oh, okay, here you go, here's your things, and all right, kids, this way. And I thought, gee, we might have stumbled into the wrong spot here, but it wasn't the case.
That's just how welcoming they are for everybody.
Plenty of volunteers, all taking tours.
And really interested in showing us around, and they had some great brochures for the kids that walked them through and taught them all about the cathedral at a level that was appropriate for the kids.
You don't need to be heavily religious to go and do this tour. It is a spectacular church that's constantly evolving. There's a lot of modern changes they've made in and around the church, and it's great to see that history going all the way back to the early to mid 1800s. We've ended up getting a full guided tour of the church here, so the boys and Steph are going through learning all about its history. Circa 1866.
Guess what happened? Other ship sank. So we were so lucky. So it went back, got painted and came back. And see how we've got colours here? We have each season a different colour.
We've just had a private tour here of the church, the cathedral in Adelaide, and been told all about its history and the changes it's had over time. So it's been quite a good tour and interesting just to hear some of the history of the church here in Adelaide. We had a great time in and around the city. There was heaps to do, and we basically did as much as we could within that time frame.
A great spot to base ourselves was at the Big 4 West Beach. It's probably the biggest park that we've stayed at.
It was
with
huge.
Really
Massive.
impressive facilities, a huge resort-style pool,
They
multiple...
cater for that number of people too. It is massive, but it is well catered for, so you don't feel too cramped.
It didn't feel crowded at all. It also has a west-facing beach, so we went and enjoyed the sunset on the beach, which was really, really lovely.
I've been searching the whole ocean, wondering if the skies would clear, treading softly.
It is high tide. Not much beach there.
I think the time is near, but I think the time is near to
Wow. This is a beach right next to the caravan park. There is so much sand here. It's filled right up.
The boys are climbing up the top, and I think we can guess what their plan is next. Wait.
Well done, Harry, you made it.
wondering what you're all about. If we found a love that's true, speak before time's out. Speak before time's out. To wait in the
After a longer than normal stay in Adelaide at the Big 4 West Beach, we headed down to the Adelaide Shores Discovery Park, and after coming off such a big park, it was actually kind of pokey. It felt a little bit pokey. It did, however, have a great beach area as well as free bikes available on site, so we thought what not better a way to go and explore Port Adelaide than on a bicycle. So we're going bike riding today, so all through Adelaide they have these free bikes. So these are at the Discovery Park in Port Adelaide, and we're going to hire some bikes and go for a bike ride around the foreshore. So we carry the boys 3 bikes with us, and they sit on the caravan, but Steph and I don't have bikes. So in Adelaide, in Port Adelaide, there's a lot of free bikes around, so we just picked up a couple of free bikes and now we're pedaling. Harry's just learnt to ride, so he's going to have a bit of a lesson today on how to ride a bike. He's going okay, let's see how he does. Beautiful day for a bike ride today. Right, just keep pedaling, you're fine, you're doing great, you're doing great. Keep going, I'll turn around behind you. Sounds like a motorbike, yours does. We've just pulled up here at a playground along the bike path along Port Adelaide. and the kids are going in for a bit of a play. Harry's survived so far, it's going pretty good.
You're doing it! You're doing it! Use your brake, you're all good. Good job! Use your brake. Use your brake.
He's hanging in there. He's had a bit of tough love today, but he's pedaling his bike. He's getting the hang of it. Next job is to get him using his brakes. He hasn't worked out the brakes yet.
Maybe I should go.
And up here is another playground. There's literally playgrounds every few hundred metres. So lots and lots of stops. Perfect for Harry who's learning to ride a bike. Great that we can stop every few hundred metres at the playgrounds. There's also a miniature railway here that operates on weekends that can take the kids along the miniature railway for a ride.
We're about halfway through. My butt's sore, is your butt sore?
That was a tough
Into the wind. It was all fun and games going downwind, but now we're coming back upwind. But the good news is the boys are doing really, really well. You having fun, Al?
No, not going back.
Why?
Too windy.
Too windy? We've got to get through though. We've got to get back to the caravan park. Look at Harry, look how excited, happy and joyous he is. You can see it beaming the fact and the pride in learning to ride a bike and travelling the furthest distance he's ever travelled.
This isn't the first distance.
So exciting. He ended up surviving, all's okay, it's alright. We had a great time in Adelaide and Port Adelaide, but it was time to get moving, continuing our lap of Australia.
Make sure you follow along on Facebook, Instagram and our YouTube channel. You can search at To Doing Family to
Follow
keep in
along.
touch with what we're up to.
Yep, that'd be great.